Buffaloes are called Black Death for good reason. They're black and they will kill you.
These animals are 2,000 pounds of I don't care, bad attitude, and they're not afraid of anything out there.
McWhorter Custom Rifles presents
Just right. Welcome back, folks. This week, we're back in South Africa. Denise is up and she's hunting Black Death with a 375 H&H. You don't want to miss this.
Precision Hunting TV is brought to you by McWhorter Custom Rifles, Zeiss Hunting, Forge Carbon Stocks, Hornady Ammunition, Atlas Development Group, and Great Horizon Ranch.
So, buffaloes are called Black Death for good reason. They're black and they will kill you. I killed one with a muzzleloader last time. That was a big thrill. On this trip, it was really important for me to make sure that Denise not only got a buffalo, but that she was safe in doing it, because they really will kill you. They're very dangerous animals. They're huge. They're 2,000 pounds of attitude. They're not scared of anything. On this trip, we made two 375 H&Hs, which is a classic buffalo caliber. We were shooting 300 grain bullets, Hornady DGS for the first shot, which is a solid, and DGX, which is a bonded bullet with a little more expansion for follow-up shots. And we made both of these guns from Defiance Actions. One was the brand new control round feed action, and the other one was a push feed. And we made them both with 23-inch barrels with a muzzle brake to keep us on target and to handle that recoil. But we wanted them to be short and to the point. That caliber not really suffering much when you cut the barrels down. So 23 inches is what we decided to make these guns short and maneuverable.
I'm a little scared about hunting a Cape buffalo. I was with Allan when he took his on the previous trip, and when he took a shot at it, all I wanted to do was try to get back to the truck where I felt safe. These animals are 2,000 pounds of I don't care, bad attitude, and they're not afraid of anything out there. Even, if your bullet makes the mark on a Cape buffalo, you're still not out of danger. They can decide to head straight toward you, or they can go into thick brush where you're gonna have to go in and try to finish them off, because it's rare that a Cape buffalo goes down with one shot. They tear up a lot of things, and there have been quite a few people that lost their lives, at a minimum have been hurt really bad. So all of that is in my mind as I start out on this Cape buffalo hunt. The terrain these Cape buffalo tend to be in is mountains, or at least in the hills, and they're in smaller groups spread out. So it takes a lot of driving, and you've got to get the wind in your favor to try to get within range of 150 yards. It was finally time to hunt my buffalo. There have been quite a few animals that were put in the salt, but now it's time to go get a buffalo. So we had a great breakfast and took off. Found out that there's a lot of riding, a lot of spot and stalk, and a lot of get back in the truck because either it's not a proper buffalo or they get spooked and run off. We spent one whole morning looking at buffalo, looking for buffalo, saw a lot of young buffaloes, and thought we were on one that was a proper buffalo, and he just kept going further and further away from us, and we couldn't confirm that. So went back to get some lunch. We covered a lot of ground that day, saw a lot of different animals, but nothing that I wanted to pull the trigger on.
This segment is brought to you by Defiance Machine, makers of precision bolt actions built for performance in hunting, competition, and custom rifle builds. Each action is machined to exacting tolerances and designed for smooth reliability, guaranteed headspace, and seamless integration with your custom build.
The second afternoon, we are out riding on a mountainside on a road that has very steep valleys and gullies around it. And as we're riding, we had driven past an area up on a hill, and the tracker spotted a big bull up in the trees with some cows. So we didn't want to spook them, so we drove on down the road on the mountain and stalked back up within range. And they didn't spook, they're just standing in the trees. And I got out, got on the Leophoto, and just waited for this big bull to present me a shot.
If you're steady, man, you can squeeze it off on that shoulder. Only when you're steady, okay? The one going up to the right, top.
The first shot hit the shoulder in the vitals. Allan did a follow-up shot for me, and then I got in position to take a couple of more shots because these big bulls just don't like to sit down, period.
There it is! Well done.
Yeah. So now the work begins. I want to get my hands on this Cape buffalo, my very first Cape buffalo, and I'm trembling just from the whole experience. It has me shaken with excitement. It takes a while and a whole lot of people, a lot of work, but I finally got my hands on that beautiful, proper buffalo. We spotted this amazing Cape buffalo. He has everything. Amazing bosses, deep curls. He has it all.
When Denise and I started talking about hunting Cape buffalo, it came to mind that she wanted something with a full curl and a good drop and something big. and I believe this is what we got it. We drove around a couple of days trying to find them. We tracked them. Yeah, we worked a little for this, but Denise, that first shot of yours made it count, and he's in the book.
We made her a custom-made 375 H&H, you know, old school. Made it on the brand new Defiance control round feed action. Got a Brux barrel and got a forged carbon stock on it, and is shooting Hornady DGX bullets, and she put the smack down on him. It wasn't a very easy shot. This buffalo was way in the shadows. He was up on the hill in the trees, and it was hard to find out exactly. You know, it's a black and he's in a black background. It was hard to make a perfect shot, but it looks like she did. And
from our side, from Infinito's side, we thank you guys a lot. Thank you for trusting us in this, and as you can see, it helps when you hunt big areas.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And this is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life. Spent 2 days here, and absolutely amazing.
Right. Well, Andre did a great job, and Blondie did a great job behind the gun, and you got one great animal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Precision Hunting TV is also brought to you by McWhorter True Precision Long Range Hunting and Shooting School, Leo Photo USA, Brux Barrels, Trigger Tech, Hawkins Precision, and Defiance Actions.
So Denise has killed a great buffalo, and now it's my turn. And you know, the whole trip we're looking for buffalo in our search for other plains game animals. And the day after that Denise's buffalo was killed and we got it all dealt with and back to camp, we're looking for me a buffalo, and we're looking for several other animals in addition to that. But we're on the very top of the mountain on this really mountainous concession. It's the same concession that Denise was able to kill her buffalo, but it's, as the crow flies, it's probably 2 or 3 miles from where she killed her buffalo. And we come around the top of a mountain, and at the same time, both the PH and I see this really big buffalo laying in the sun down in a little crevasse about 300 yards from us. And we stop the truck, we back up, we get out so that we can glass him so we don't spook him, and we determine that he is a really big, special old buffalo. He's a loner, he's all by himself. That gives you another clue that he's a special animal. So we make a plan on how to get within ethical shooting range of this buffalo. Welcome back, folks. Today we're going to talk about truths and myths concerning barrels and barrel life.
Okay, so everybody knows, or you should know, that a barrel has a finite life. So it's born, and with a cut barrel, the first speed up is within 40 to 60 rounds, depending on caliber. Then it goes through its midlife crisis, right? And then, unlike us, where we slow down a little bit, they speed up.
That's right.
Okay? And then it goes through one more speed up, right? Right at the end, then it goes in hospice care, and then you start seeing your projectiles start slapping the paper, and then it dies. Okay?
Right. So that's why we prefer cut rifle barrels, because we break them all in. We get them to their first speed up. That way, the data, your dial up, your custom turrets, whatever we do for you is correct. When the guy gets the gun, he doesn't get out in the middle of a hunt and all of a sudden he experiences that speed up and he gets an elk out there at 800 yards and shoots over.
Yep. And it's important to know that rifles speed up, because sometime in your shooting career when you own a rifle, that you're going to notice that your projectiles are going to start hitting a little higher. And a lot of times that's when you need to go back and readjust and take a look at your speed and see if your rifle has sped up.
That's exactly right. You know, we do some We prefer a cut rifle barrel. Button barrels, they're good barrels, but they're not going to speed up for 250 to 300 shots their first speed up. We can't shoot them that far, that much, and nor does anybody wants to shoot a brand new gun 300 times before they get it. So that's why we prefer, the Brooks cut rifle barrels. So that's your tip of the week, brought to you by Allan and John and McWhorter Custom Rifles.
Precision Hunting TV is also brought to you by Armageddon Gear, Mesquite Creek Taxidermy, Hell's Canyon Barrels, Gun Foam, Boyd Harness Company, and Metal Spinning Targets. This segment is brought to you by Atlas Development Group, makers of the finest premium rifle cartridge cases on the market. Proudly made in the USA. Our stringent manufacturing process and raw materials yield superior results.
And he's about 125, 130 yards. The PHs don't really want you to shoot a bedded buffalo just because of the really heavy bone structure when they're laying down, the way it presents itself. So we're going to try to make this buffalo get up. So I'm on the Leofoto tripod, got my 375, got my Zeiss scope dialed in on 8 power, and ready for this buffalo to get up. After what seemed like an eternity, he finally gets up and he starts to leave. We got him both times, I know.
There's a death bellow.
What we did not know was where he had come to final rest in his deathbed. This trail that he ran around the side of this mountain gave way to this huge canyon that was probably 200 feet deep. There was a waterfall running off into it. We'd already remarked about how pretty the waterfall was, and boy, I'd hate to be down in there. Well, the buffalo had, when he died, he had slid off this hill. That 2,200 pounds worth of body weight carried him all the way down. He ran over several small trees. Where he came to final rest, there was one small bush with a couple of canes holding him, and one tree where his horns had gotten pried under, where if he had gone 2 more feet, he would have fell over in this 200-foot crevasse, and I don't think there would have been any way to get him out of there. Where he was bad enough, but what a buffalo bull he was. When we walked up on him, we just couldn't believe. I mean, these huge 40-plus inch wide horns, ebony black, super big curls, super good mass, huge bosses, just what a bull, what a bull. All right, so this is my 2025 Infinito Safaris giant buffalo, and what a buffalo. Andre has guided a whole lot of buffalo hunts, and he says this is one of his best buffaloes ever.
100%.
And we finally, the Infinito team finally got this buff out early this morning. He ran to a place that was probably the second worst place in Africa to go. He didn't run but about 100 yards, but he ran the wrong 100 yards. He ran downhill, and long story short, he stumbled and he ended up on the edge of a crevasse that was probably a couple 100 feet deep, and one big bush and a tree keeping him from slipping off into that. So it was a very precarious recovery, and it took him all night, and just thank you guys for getting him out.
We got him out all, and yeah.
What a trophy. When I think of South Africa, the first thing that comes to mind is not a buffalo, it's not any of the other plains game, it's a kudu. I mean, to me, a kudu is the epitome of Africa. And both Denise and I had killed pretty good kudus on our previous trip 5 years earlier, but on this one, when I was negotiating the trip with our PH, I told him I really want to try to find a really big kudu. We come off a mountain ridge, we go down across a little dam area, and we spot this kudu standing way back in the brush at about 150 or 200 yards. I got my Zeiss binoculars out, I'm just trying to spot him, and finally through one little hole in the brush, I see this kudu standing there just under 200 yards, just staring at us, just thinking he's completely hidden.
Okay, all right, I got it.
Stay on him.
He did. We just killed my favorite animal in Africa. A big, I'm gonna say it right, kudu bull. Big kudu bull. The kudu to me is just the African animal that I love the most, and this is an enormous kudu. I mean, just killed a big kudu last time we were here. This one is quite a bit bigger than that one, and we were just lucky we got him and he stood there. So shot him right there in the base of the neck, and he went down immediately. Just thank you very much. That was just a great hunt.
That was just some good shooting from your side, sir.
Well, it was just
on a big kudu bull.
Big kudu bull.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Man, it doesn't get any better than this. This is great.